So, Dixon, screening for clients is, of course, a really important thing. We want to pick good clients that approach us. And if there are problems there, we want to be able to avoid them. Now, Majestic's a great tool for helping us do that. Explain how it works.
It is if you've got yourself set up properly, because what happens is that client will phone you up or contact you, or you found yourself in a conversation with the client and you know nothing at this stage about the client whatsoever. But if you've installed the Chrome extension, which is a free extension, or there's also one for Mozilla Firefox as well, into your browser, then whilst you're having a conversation with the client, you can have this extra sensory perception on what happens, because you're going to be looking at the client's website. And the great thing about the browser, the extension, is that it's always on. Majestic's always on there. And as you're looking at the client's website, you can start getting information about who's linking to them, how powerful they are. And that's really important for screening, because I think there's a lot of people out there, and you don't want all those clients. I don't care who you are. That client is either too big for you, too small for you, too irrelevant, or too much work, and you need to have some kind of information about that. Otherwise, you're going to just say yes to every client and find yourself swimming against the tide very, very quickly.
Of course, and that's one thing we're all taught at marketing school. Don't accept every client that comes your way. But one of the things about this is not only does it give you instant information on which to judge, but it also helps build rapport with the client.
Yeah, it does, because you've got some information that the client doesn't have. It immediately puts you in a position of authority, and more than that, you're giving the client, even at that initial stage, information they didn't have before, and information they couldn't possibly have without having this extra index of the internet and this backlink information at your fingertips.
And for instance, would you pick out a backlink that the extension shows you and maybe talk about that?
You could. It depends on what comes up, but certainly you've looked at their web. You're looking at their website, and their website is about gastronomic cheeses. But if all their backlink profile is suggesting that they're getting links from the adult industry or something inappropriate, then there is some kind of disconnect that you can see there. You haven't got the details of all of that, but clearly there's an investigation to be had and a reason for the customer to engage in your services. And yes, you might pull out a particular link to show that you immediately have information that they didn't know. So if you've got a link from IBM that you see there, you might bring that up in the conversation and say, tell me about your relationship with IBM. I see you've got a link from them. Have I? I can bring that up later, but you seem to have one good link there, which is a good foundation to build on.
And it is amazing sometimes how clients don't know the links that they have. Just last week, I had exactly that situation where a website had got fantastic reviews and great testimonials, and they didn't know about them.
Well, I suppose, why would you, unless you've got some kind of technology to get that information to your fingertips? I mean, if you're spending all day, looking at yourself on the internet, then perhaps you might have that information. But if you're getting on with your day job, then it's not going to be there, and you're not going to know that you've got these reviews, citations, people saying hopefully good things, but possibly bad things about you. And you can only do that if you're using a technology that actually does crawl the whole of the internet, as Majestic does. You can't get it just by looking at your own website. Your own website will not tell you what other people are saying about you.
You don't need to open Majestic when you're reviewing a client.
No, absolutely not. If you've got the Chrome extension installed, then it's always on. That's the great thing. And then it becomes your decision as to whether to take a client. It's your decision. The prospect phones up and they've already vetted you. They've already seen your website. They obviously picked up the phone or sent you an email or whatever it may be. They've already done some vetting. To you, it may be literally seconds that you've got to try and make some initial evaluations about the client. And it should be your decision as to how you move forward from there, not entirely in the client's hands or the prospect's hands.
So in other words, you really know what you're getting into when you have a quick look at the extension.
Yeah, absolutely.
It saves a lot of time.
Well, it does, and it puts you in the driving seat.
So the next steps, after you've had this initial conversation, after you've had a quick look.
Yeah, it frames your own thinking. So you decide how to pitch, and really gives you an idea of whether you're pitching as a small amount of money or a large amount of money, because you've got some idea of the work that's ahead of you.
Okay, so our picture is favourable. We say, yes, this is the sort of client we would want.
Yep.
And let's move on then to looking at the pitch and how Majestic helps in the pitch.
Well, okay, let's do that then.
If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. And remember, you can check out our plans and pricing at majestic.com. And if you want to be among the first to see our new material, you know what you got to do. Hit the subscribe button. See you next time.